Jai Shri Radhe, Sab Vaishnavan ko Sadar Saprem, O Sanam Jai Shri Krishna. Continuing with the readings of the 252 Vaishnavas in English, we are continuing today on day 127, Varta 105, the story of a couple from Prayag who could divine diamonds. Part 1. These two lived by farming. One year there was not enough rain and no grain grew in their fields. The local ruler demanded their grain tax, but they replied, "Nothing has grown on your land, so where will we get money from?" The local ruler, Hakim, then looted everything that they owned. Nothing was spared. The wife was very faithful to her husband and began to spin cotton and sell the thread for a living. She would first offer whatever they were able to get to their Thakurji, and then she would see Sri Thakurji. Then she would feed her husband and eat only the leftovers. The husband would ask her if she had kept any Mahaprasad aside for herself, and she would reply that she had. "I will partake after you have," she would say. The husband then kept quiet. 2 days passed like this. The husband realized that she was not getting anything to eat. On the third day, when she served Mahaprasad to her husband, he asked her where her share was. She said, "I have put mine over there and I shall eat after you." Her husband saw that this was a ruse and that really she was not getting anything to eat. Then the husband only ate half of what was on the plate and announced to his wife, "I am going away for a while to earn some money." She piped up, "Why do you have to go away? Do not worry about me at all. We are managing." The husband praised her. "Oh, you are admirable that in this day and age you are faithfully maintaining such a righteous path. You also serve Sri Thakurji very nicely. You live cleanly and simply. I will return in a very short time." He left. He went to where there were some diamond mines. One businessman there asked him where he had come from, who he was and what work he did. The man said, "I have knowledge of where the diamonds are under the ground." The businessman proposed, "If you can tell me where we can find diamonds, please tell me, and I shall buy that piece of land. If we find diamonds there, we shall sell them and share the proceeds." The husband said, "I have no money at all. If by chance we find nothing, then what will I have to pay the Hakim for you?" The businessman said, "Well, if no diamonds are found, I shall pay the Hakim for you." The husband stayed in that businessman's house, who then bought some land from the Hakim and dug mines there. Many, many diamonds came out of the ground. The Vaishnav lived with the businessman for a year, taking supplies from him, cooking and offering the preparations, and then partaking of Mahaprasad. He began to think, "It has already been a year. I should go home now and also have the sight of Sri Gosaiji. I have been instrumental in finding loads of diamonds." He approached the businessman and said, "I would like to go home now. Please give me my share." The businessman said, "All this wealth came through my good fortune alone. If you were responsible for increasing that amount, I might give you something. You have been in my employ, and I have been giving you food and board. What else are you asking for? If you feel like leaving, then please go. Do go. Stay if you like." Hearing this, the Vaishnava kept quiet. He thought to himself, "Look, I have served him for a whole year, and he is not willing to give me anything. He found such wealth in the ground. Oh well, it is the wish of the Lord. I came here by leaving the Lord's Seva, and this is the result. That I received nothing. But the Lord always does what is good. Now I should definitely go home, if I can get enough to eat there, so I should just stay at home." He said nothing to the businessman, though. The next day when he went to sleep, another businessman heard what had happened, and the next morning he approached the Vaishnava and asked him why he was so sad. "It would be good for you to stay with me for a few days. I shall share with you half of everything that we earn together." The Vaishnava piped up, "I have been cheated before. How might I believe you?" The businessman replied, "I shall get 4 honest men to bear witness to our deal." The Vaishnava pondered, "Let me see how it goes for another 4 months. I can't really go home empty-handed." Keeping those 4 witnesses aware, the Vaishnava went to stay with the second businessman, who purchased land from the Hakim. He then began to dig where the Vaishnava indicated. Even more diamonds came out of the ground than before. 4 months passed. The Vaishnava approached the businessman. "The 4 months are up. I have been away from home for a very long time. I should go. Please now give me my half share of the income as you had agreed." The businessman said, "All of the diamonds were found due to your good fortune. Please take all of them if you wish, but please do stay some more time with me." The Vaishnava insisted that he should now go home and asked for a half share of the profits. "I do not want more." The businessman gave him half of everything and happily sent the Vaishnava on his way. Fire damaged the home and everything in it of the first businessman who had cheated the Vaishnava. He pondered, "I had cheated that Vaishnava out of his rightful share, and that is why this has happened to me. I have therefore lost everything. If that Vaishnava returns, then I shall beg forgiveness of him." The Vaishnava set off on his way home and decided to hire 4 men to accompany him on the journey. He was ready to go, but at that moment the first businessman approached him and fell at his feet. He said, "Oh Vaishnava, I cheated you. I have lost everything now. and all my household goods as well. I have nothing left, not even anything to eat. I am in debt in the market too. Please stay with me for some time, and I shall acquire some land, and I shall give you your share of whatever comes out of the land, and I shall also be able to survive with your kindness. The Vaishnava replied, I have been away from home for too long. I must return. Please accept 100 rupees from me, repay your debts, and you will also have enough to eat for some time. The businessman accepted and went home. It is the duty, Bhav Prakash, it is the duty of a Vaishnava to return transgressions with kindness. Part 1 continued. The Vaishnava took 4 men with him back to his home. On the way they were met by a group of 11 thugs who began to accompany them. The Vaishnava asked them, Who are you? They replied, We were servants of the king in this village. We lost our jobs. We will work anywhere where we can find work. The Vaishnava said, I will pay all 11 of you 2 rupees per month and employ you all for 1 month. After that I cannot promise. Come if you accept this offer. They agreed to travel with him for some days and said that they would like to stay wherever they found good jobs along the way. The Vaishnava said, Okay, then walk with me for as long as you wish. The 11 thugs went with him, but they found no opportunity to ambush him. Then one day they arrived at a lovely lake 2 miles outside one village. The thugs suggested that it might be a nice place to prepare their meals. They said that they would go and live in the village after having cooked. The Vaishnava told his 4 men to go fetch supplies, wood and cooking pots. The men said, You should keep 2 of us with you. 2 of us will go to fetch all the stuff. The Vaishnava said, I have 11 men with me. Now all of you go to fetch the supplies in good quantity. The 4 of them set off. The thugs began to discuss among themselves. Now we have a chance to rob him. No mistakes. The Vaishnava heard this. He asked them, What are you talking about? They replied, We are thugs, thieves. We want to finish you off and have been waiting for a chance for many days now. The Vaishnava spoke out, Okay, but let me bathe first, then you may kill me. He took off his clothes and stood in the water of the lake. There in great distress he called out to Sri Gosaiji, O Maharaj, what offences have I committed, that I am not able to reach home, that I cannot touch the lotus feet of my Sri Thakurji? Nor have I been able to see you. I found some money, but must now give up my life. I have not yet been able to use this wealth in the service of the Lord. On top of that, my death is at the hands of thieves. What is my offence? In this way he felt great separation and made many supplications, but Sri Gosaiji is indeed most merciful. There and then he appeared to the Vaishnava. He spoke, O Vaishnava, do not be sad. In your previous life you had killed all 11 of these men. If they had all taken their opportunity separately, you would have had to take 11 births to equalize the debt. However, they have all come together to kill you at the same time. In just 1 birth you will be liberated from the sinful reaction. Therefore, do not be afraid. Hearing this, the Vaishnava emerged from the water and approached the thugs. He said, Come on then, kill me, get it over with. Otherwise the thugs were afraid. The 11 thugs were afraid. When he was in the water, he was talking to someone. The thugs had not been able to see Sri Gosaiji, but they had heard his voice. They addressed the Vaishnava. Tell us the truth. To whom were you speaking when you were in the water? The Vaishnava replied, What is it to you? Kill me and take my money bundle. If someone comes here, you will not get the stuff. Do not delay. The thugs said, Now we are not going to kill you. Tell us the truth. To whom were you speaking when you were in the water? The thugs were mighty insistent. The Vaishnava said, My Guru is Sri Vittalnathji. I told him that you thugs were about to kill me. My Guru informed me that you were all taking your opportunity for revenge at the same time, and that if you did not kill me, I would have to be reborn 11 more times. Hearing this, the thugs declared that they absolutely did not want to kill him anymore, that they wanted to travel onwards with him, that they wanted to become disciples of his Guru. The Vaishnava realized that they would not now kill him. He went back into the water of the lake and supplicated Sri Gosaiji, O Maharaj, they are not going to kill me. Now, what shall I do next? Sri Gosaiji instructed, You need to have them happily admit that their enmity with you has been fulfilled. When they say that the karmic revenge that they needed has been satisfied, then you can proceed happily home. Coming out of the lake water, the Vaishnava spoke up, If you have decided not to kill me, then you must be content to tell me that my karmic debt to you from my previous birth has now been repaid. The 11 thugs agreed that their enmity had now been dismissed. The Vaishnava came near to them. The 4 men who worked for him returned from the market with the supplies, so the Vaishnava bathed again and started to cook. He offered all the preparations to Sri Thakurji. After accepting them back as Mahaprasad, he arranged the afternoon pause in the Seva. He invited the thugs to partake of the Mahaprasad, but they said they would go to the village and partake of prasad there. The Vaishnava said, There is plenty of prasad for everyone, including some special preparations from yesterday and today. He served them all with Mahaprasad, and they all partook joyfully. In the evening they went to the village and found a nice place to stay. The diamond finder, Vaishnava never told his foremen about what the thugs had said and done. Hence the thugs began to regard the Vaishnava as a great saint because they had caused him so much trouble, but still did not tell his entourage about it. We will pause this Varta here today and continue tomorrow. Aaj ke Anand ki jai ho, Shri Gosai ji ki jai, Shri Vallabhacharya ji ki jai ho, Sannamra, Saprem, Sadar Jai Shri Krishna Sab Vaishnavan ko, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.